Good afternoon, everyone who is on the East Coast. Good morning to everyone who's on the West Coast. My name is Camille Lawrence. I am the founder and principal archivist of Black Beauty Archives, and today we have the honor to speak with four amazing living legends who are professionals in the TV and film industry. This talk today is about Carla Farmer Jackson, who is our artist in residence, and we are so honored to have her. All month in March, we've been featuring the phenomenal work that she's been doing, current projects, and today she is culminating her residency with a panel with some of her closest peers. Today's talk is called Beyond the Set, 50 plus years of beauty with hair and makeup artist professionals. So on today's panel, we have our artist in residence, Ms. Carla Farmer Jackson. She is an Emmy Award nominee. She is the hair department head for so many films, and she is our artist in residence. Her credits include King Richard, which is in production, Coming to America 2, 13 Reasons Why, Get On Up, and so much more. We are so excited and blessed to have Julia Walker. She is an Emmy Award winning hairstylist with 40 plus years in the industry. She is also a Lifetime Achievement Award Local 706 nominee, and her credits are so long to list, but just a few here are Star Trek, Little Richard, The Temptations, Hocus Pocus, How Stella Got Her Groove Back, Sister Act 1 and 2. We're also joined by Pierce Austin, who is a Hollywood makeup Artist and Hairstylist Guild Award nominee, key hairstylist and barber for Will Smith, and his credits pretty much cover almost every single Will Smith film we have ever seen, including Men in Black, I Am Legend, Bad Boys for Life, Selma, Aladdin, and so much more. And on the East Coast with me today is Linda Villalobos, Hollywood makeup artist and hairstylist Guild Award nominee, hair department head and key hairstylist for Kerry Washington. So yes, we saw her work on Little Fires Everywhere, Dolomite, Scandal, Dreamgirls, Scary Movie 1 and 2, and so much more. And so it's such a blessing and honor to sit with you all in one room. These are some major heavy hitters in the culture of Black beauty, and I honestly feel so much of our culture from the mid 70s to now is present within your work and within your blessed hands. So thank you all so much for joining us today. Everyone else who's in the room, please feel free to ask questions in the chat, leave comments. And in this moment, I just want to turn it over to Carla so she can introduce herself and everyone else can follow suit.
Hi, my name is Carla Farmer. Camille, thank you for the introduction. I am so pleased and blessed to be here, not only to serve as a resident, but to have my close friends and co-arts here to share this experience with me. Thank you so much.
Hello, my name is Pierce Austin, and Camille, first and foremost, thank you for providing this platform for us to speak and to share our experience and some knowledge that we've gained over the years. Carla, thank you for including me. And Miss Julia, I love you. Thank you too for being here. You've been such a support. Next.
Oh, I guess that'll be me. Oh, forgive me. Thank you for having me. Also, Carla and Miss Camille. And I tell you the truth, I'm about to bust out into tears because I'm just lost for words. Thank you. And Miss Camille, what you're doing is it's so beautiful and it's so needed. God bless you, sweetheart. You're very young, and let me stop because I'll be slobbering in a minute, okay? But thank you. And I'm so glad to be here with all of my peers. And people, you are my peers. I'm retired, so y'all are my peers now, okay? So I love all of you. And Miss Carla, God bless you, sweetheart. You are awesome. And so are you, peers. And Miss girl, I love the name. I'm not gonna try it, but anyway, I love you, sweetheart. Okay, that's it for me.
I'm sorry, I was trying to unmute myself. But thank you so much, Camille. Thank you, Carla. Thank you, Miss Julia. Thank you. It's been like forever. I think this is just a great cause, and I'm really happy and honored to be a part of it. I'm sure to help a lot of people, and we'll just learn from each other. And that's such a big, important thing in this industry. And you're learning each day. And if we could get that message out there, it would be great. So I think this is a great cause. Thank you so much for having me. I'm gonna unmute myself. How do I?
Absolutely. So myself, I'm a young artist and I'm an archivist, and I pretty much started doing makeup to pay my way through college, not realizing how much of a lucrative and very like expansive and exciting and life-changing experience like traveling and doing makeup would be. So specifically, my question that I want to ask right now is for Miss Julia Walker. Can you give us a little background of how you got your start in the beauty industry?
Yes, prayer. Bottom line, I pretty much started out as a wig stylist in salons. I started doing hair when I was 18 in the wig salons on Crenshaw, you know. And actually, I was watching Mod Squad. And you guys, of course, all you babies don't know what the heck Mod Squad was, but it was a show back in the early days, and it had one black man, Clarence William III. And that man's afro just worked my last good nerve. And I said, you know what? I want to do that for a living. And with prayer and determination, I got into the movie industry.
That's beautiful. And one thing that Carla has consistently shared with us throughout her residency is being committed to herself and her faith, not only having faith in God, but believing in herself so that whatever she approached and whatever any opportunity that came her way, she felt equipped for. In our oral history, we discuss all of her life experiences, from her braiding hair as a child, collecting 50 cents to give people braid outs, and even going to Fisk University and HBCUs, and thinking about how much all of her life experience prepared her for the moments to be a leader in different hair departments and as a head of different opportunities and gigs. So Linda, would you be able to share with us a little bit of your experience working as a hair department head and what that's been like for you in the industry?
Yeah, so like I'm a New York native, so I'm from Brooklyn, New York. So I go back and forth, but I hope it's not too much noise. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Really good? Okay. So for me, I know that at the time when I started, all the work was in Hollywood, in LA. So I knew that that's where I had to go. So I was fortunate enough to meet the Wayans family on In Living Color. And that's pretty much where it started. Like I did clients in the salon who worked on the show, who opened the door for me. And I was starting to do the Fly Girls, and it just kind of went on from there. You know, I met the Wayans, and we, I guess, fell in love with each other, work ethic and everything, ideas and funny, and that just kind of brought me onto their show, their movies, and we just kind of clicked. So it was kind of a lucky thing for me, but also I'm a hard worker. I do research. It wasn't always easy. So I did do the work to actually keep the job, which is something that you have to do, because people can open a door for you, but to keep the job and to do a great job, it's important. You have to do research. So it is about, sometimes you can get in about with who you know, but you have to be able to do your job and do it well. So for me, they opened a huge door for me, and I was able to move on from there. I still work with them till this day. They're very loyal. And also I started working with Kerry Washington, who is another loyal and great person. You know, so for me, the experience has been really great. I try to keep a positive attitude, positive energy around me so that I could surround those people around my camp, because that's so important. The sharing information, the just being a good person and being open and honest and doing your job. So for me, it all worked. And I've always been that way. I've always been real. I've always been, what you see is what you get with me. And so I was pretty lucky and blessed. I don't know if lucky is the word, blessed is the word. So yeah.
I can just say I think blessed is absolutely the word, because luck runs out. And based on the way that you all have been able to build your careers and the positive energy that you put into your work, into your practice, it continues to come back tenfold. It's really interesting to hear you all in your different accounts speak about how much research really informs the work that you do. So for those of us who may have backgrounds in like archives and libraries, Pierce, would you be able to share with us a little bit about what research looks like for you guys for a project?
Yeah, thank you. Hey, Linda, I didn't get a chance to say hello to you, and you've always been one of support for me as well. So when it comes to doing research for characters that we create for film, television, and then various medias, there's a big difference between salon work and character work. Salon work, which I kind of learned the hard way, but I learned. Salon work is, you get everyday people in there, and we do hair for everyday people, and they spend their hard-earned money to walk into a salon and look like a perception of someone on screen. Like they want to look like Will Smith, they want to look like Halle Berry, they want to look like whoever. And it has to be really precise and clean, and it's very detailed in that way. When we're doing research for characters, we are building a person and a lifestyle, not just a look. So if I was going to speak on Will Smith's character in Pursuit of Happiness, I have to consider, the man's age, his education level, his daily habits, his daily routines. How much time does he have to build? How much time does he have to focus on the vanity of him? So that was a movie that was done in the 70s, and not everybody had a perfect afro in the 70s. So you research the general culture, and then you narrow it down to things like the immediate day-to-day habits of this person and what they can focus on, correct? So if he was an entertainer, then of course, and we're showing him in performance, then we're going to show him at his most pristine look. But if he's an everyday individual, then we have to portray that. So we're not going to give you the salon look every time for a character. The research, and your research can go from the iconic people that we know through history, or we could base it on a personal experience. For instance, that character was an uncle of mine who was very educated, very well, very successful in the corporate world, and he would brush his hair back to be corporate. He had the afro, but as you know, Miss Julia can speak on this because she is a genius at period work, and she knows all the periods from whatever time to current. But as you know, we would try to be corporate and professional during the day, and then on the night or the weekends, we would pick it out. And the more natural your afro is, the more dedicated you are to the culture. So these are little nuances that you can focus on to help create your research. And so you can go through, now you can go to the internet and find almost all the visuals that you need. But back in the day, before the internet, we had to go to the library. We collect books. As you see, Miss Julia has probably 1,000, 500, 1,000, 1,500 books behind her right now. And I'm sure they're all related to hair and seemingly not to hair, but she draws inspiration for her work. And that study, focus, and personal experience.
Thank you so much
Yeah.
for giving that insight. I think it's one of the biggest things that really is the heart and essence of Black Beauty Archives, is bringing artists to the forefront and letting people know that you don't just do hair, you just don't finesse beauty tools, you just don't create iconic looks that inspire generations and influence how Black identity formation happens. You are also in the field. you are out there in the libraries, you are getting historical accounts. Like when you leave set and when you leave the salons, the work doesn't end. And I think that's what people need to know and understand, especially for Black folks and for POC and non-binary folks who work in the industry. You know, everyday media that is whitewashed, we don't see ourselves very often. And so digging within the margins, it's really powerful and inspiring to hear, you know, Pierce, how your uncle inspired the looks and the essence of The Pursuit of Happiness. For Carla working on Sylvie's Love, being able to go home and go through her archival photos. And if you want, Carla, I would love for you to share what that experience was like. And I would love to hear more from Miss Julia as well about what your research has been working in the industry.
For instance, on Sylvie's Love, Linda and I co-department headed that. And one of the tools I used were my own personal family photographs. So I knew of this type of African-American family, this type of African-American family who took pride in themselves, who were debutantes, who owned their own businesses. This was the type of family that I was a part of. So I was able to glean and use different visuals from those types of photographs. So it was very helpful. And then also Linda and I took photographs and pictures from the stars of that time, like Carol, Diane Carroll and Lena Horne and different people who we felt that Sylvie would aspire to look like during that time. So that's where we got the short haircut from Dorothy Dandridge and Audrey Hepburn. So those were the kinds of things and ideas that we took from to achieve the looks in Sylvie's Love. Miss Julia.
Yes, baby. Oh, my turn. You guys have to excuse me, but I'm a little nervous. I don't do well in speaking, so if I seem like the village idiot, bear with me. Okay, getting to period work and creating looks for movies, as Pierce pointed out. Yes, I have a library and I do have lots of books, and I can guarantee you half those books on the back shelves are about culture, not just the Black culture, but other cultures as well. And my thing with history and doing my research, if I'm doing a movie about, for instance, I have to put my own in there, like the Ghost, Long Walk Home. It took place in Montgomery, Alabama, as we know, and it was during the beginning of the Civil Rights Movement. So in order for me to do my research, though I was born in California, and I find that every state you go in, I found that they're usually behind time. That if, like California, New York, Chicago, all of those cities, and maybe, I don't know about Miami, but I know New York, Chicago, and California were always ahead of time in compared to other states. So whenever I would do movies in the South, I would go 10 years back rather than the present. So I would go to the library before I started. I've always collected books on basically Blacks because I wanted to know more about who I was as a person, because in school, we did not learn that. So I collected a lot of books, not only on Black people in America, but Black people in Africa. So I would go to the library at the time because I didn't have the internet. That's how far I go back. So I would go to the library and I would get books, usually school books, on people in that state. And I would learn, and plus that, I would look at the civil rights books as well. And I would get my research from autobiographies of Black famous people who started at the ground and worked up. And like Carla said, there's your photo albums. And so I would go to my family's photo albums, and that's pretty much how I, do my research. Because, and like Pierce says, everybody did not have, smooth afros. But then again, it all depends on where you lived. I mean, because back in those days, I mean, God bless Pierce, he wasn't even born, but back in those days, you know, it was about pride. And you know, in certain places, you have to be on point, because we would talk about each other if that wasn't on point. You know, girls and boys, we was like, girl, yo, it ain't. So anyway, so you know, it depends on where you live. You know, so with me, I would dig deep into it, and I mean, to me, if you're going to do a movie and you're going to recreate history, for me, it's got to look on point like history. I want to sit there and watch a movie and say, oh, I mean, I want to watch a movie and enjoy it. I don't want to watch a movie and say, oh, Lord, no, 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 that ain't on point. No, that's not even, no. And I can tell you something I've seen recently, and I was trying to enjoy it, but it's like, no, no. And besides that, when you live the period, you know what the look is, you know, so that's my take on it. So, but no, I definitely believe in doing your research, but doing the research, as Pierce says, on the subject and on the place where the movie's being shot. And, you know, I can't come out of LA and then go to the South and do a shot. Even in New York. New York has a whole different style compared to any place else. So does Chicago. So you got to do your research according to where the movie takes place and the time and the era. And also, you know, like Hollywood will portray us all as, well, you know, we won't get on how Hollywood portrays us, but you know, but that's my take on it.
Thank you so much for just being transparent and just speaking to the reality of the versatility of our culture and speaking to these different points in these cities, and knowing that if you're going to represent that, you have to do the work so it can be authentic. So when it's read on screen and when generations continue to watch it, they know. I could say I was born in 91, and there's tons of times where I'm watching movies. Like I just watched the Tina documentary the other night, and I'm like, I want to try to do my hair like Tina Turner today. Like we are genuinely looking at these references to, you know, create identity formation for ourselves. And similar to archivists and librarians, you all are speaking so much truth, and you have to go to the primary source. And that primary source may be a person, it may be a historical event, it may be a city. So thank you so much, Julia and Pierce, for speaking about, and Linda and Carla, all of the different resources that you pull from to inform your practice as artists. We actually have a question in the chat, and I'm going to read it all to you. Anyone is open to answering the question. Can you speak on your own experience on how Google, Instagram, or social media has changed the way that hair professionals have began to share a culture of sharing secrets? So I believe that this person is pretty much asking, you know, how are you navigating the internet? And what is it like seeing other professionals share secrets that may not have been previously known?
I'll go ahead, Carla. No, go ahead, please.
I think that the secrets that you might see on Instagram can sometimes be shortcuts that may not be the things that we use when we're doing film and television. It's a different medium and it's a different place. Something recently happened where a person who was hired to come into a film environment with those tricks and systems that are used on Instagram. And she was accustomed to using these type of tools and systems. But when she came into this arena in film, it's a different arena, and those things don't work in our arena. And the actors are used to a certain quality and a certain system. So I think that people have to be careful in these new tricks and these new techniques because they don't work in the film industry. It's a different game. And I think that people need to realize that, because you can have a false sense of security in those systems because they don't work in our arena. And I would like my peers to speak upon more about that.
Hey, so you know, a high tide raises all boats, so to speak, right? So a lot of these some of these systems were created in the moment of creation for film, video, or print, or something within the industry. Some of the skills have been, you know, created at home, or, you know, just someone who is not even maybe a professional hairstylist that has created something, and it, you know, so it trickles down and it trickles up both ways. However, there, you know, so the information that is being told and shared throughout the internet is amazing, you know, because the more people who know and the more people who are educated, the more people can appreciate. However, like Carla spoke on, there's a lack of standard by comparison in the quality and the integrity of the technique that one may do on our level that is done at home or in a salon or on a separate platform, right? So there's a lack of standard to the quality where the things that we do are on a broad scale, and we have a lot of eyes looking, and it's on a huge 60-foot screen or whatever size screen that is. And, you know, nowadays it could be paused, zoomed, and studied. You see? Oh, there, look, right there. Look, you see right there, that right? Nope. Is that it? So we're under a very large microscope with the things that we do. So what I think is that the fact that it's shared, it also keeps us on our toes, because the tricks that work today, the secrets that are shared today, we have to, on our level, I mean, and not that it's only limited to us, because we're all artists and we are all sharing, gating, and having fun. But on our level, it keeps us on our toes to learn, to share amongst ourselves, you know, a better way, technique or way than a different technique. That's how I feel.
Yeah, I agree with both Carla and Pierce. I also think that, again, like Julia was saying, you have to do your research. You take a job. Just because you see something on YouTube, the internet, or even in the hair salon, everything is totally different in the movie world. It's a whole different arena. So you can't just, you know, some of the stuff you can do, you could take a little shortcut here and there, but you're dealing with lighting, you're dealing with high def, you're dealing with so many other things. You're dealing with a script that you have to break down and know what you're doing every single moment, that those styles may not work. You know, so it's more to it than just, oh, I can do it really fast, or I can do this quick. I can, you know, I can just take a shortcut and do it this way. It's so much more than that. And like Carla was saying, the actors know, they've been around a long time, and they know professional work from YouTube work, from shortcuts, from they just know it. And you make them insecure as well if you go in there and they're not comfortable. They trust you, and you went to school, you did the research, so they think this is what you're doing, that you're taking your job seriously. And not that those YouTube things don't work, maybe fashion shows, maybe up print, maybe things like that. But for something that you're going to be on a big screen that picks up every single thing, and that, you know, you need to take the time, you need to research, is this going to work? What is the best thing and best technique I can use to achieve what I need to do for this? You know, what's involved in this script? You know, it's not just about making somebody look pretty. You know, it's about building a character, taking the words from the script and bringing it to life, bringing that person to life. So it's more to it than just, I'm going to take the shortcut, because taking the shortcut is what your career will be, exactly that. You want longevity, you have to do your research, you have to take pride in your work, and you have to be willing to take the time to do that. So yeah, it's more than just making someone look pretty. Yeah.
I would like to add to that. First of all, I have no idea what you guys are talking about, but the YouTube videos and stuff like that, because I mean, I have no idea. But I would say this to whoever asked that question. You can, what you see on YouTube or what kind of hairdos you do on that, that is a whole different entity when you in film. You're dealing with, first of all, you're dealing with having that hairstyle last 18 hours. You're dealing with weather. You're dealing with God knows whatever comes your way, because it's going to come whether you expect it or not. You know, so therefore you cannot, you know, whatever you guys do, whatever this, I have to go and look because I have no idea what you're talking about. But I can say from my old experience, I'm old school. My mother told me if you do it right the first time, that's it. It's done. You know, and I used to love working on sets when I'm a Marcel person. I'm sorry. I know they have all the electric line irons and stuff. That works good for them. But for me, I like the old school Marcel irons. Because when I curl an actor's hair at 4:30 in the morning, I guarantee you at 4:30 the next morning, that hair is still tight, you know? And so, you know, doing it quick and coming up with these all shortcuts, I mean, like Linda said, that may work for, you know, something else. But in the movie industry, that does not fly. You have to, you know, to me, like I said, I like to do it right the first time. I used to get a kick out of when we would come, when we do our touch-ups, after lunch touch-ups, that hairdo you did 7 hours ago, they've been in moisture, they've been in whatever, you know, humidity, if they're outside or whatever the setting may be. My hair is still tight. And when they say touch up your actors, I said, she looks the same way. Even my actors would come up, even my background would come up and say, I look the same way. Because I did it right the first time. And I did not take hours to do it. When you know your craft, you can do it, and you can do it in a record amount. You can do it in time. You can do it in a certain amount of time. If you give them 15 minutes to do, and I won't say 15 minutes, you're giving a half hour to 45 minutes to create a hairdo. You use the right tools, you will get that done in that time. Plus your experience will have you knock it out in no time. It's done, they're gone. You sit back and just watch it all day. So I have to go take a look at these YouTube videos because I swear to God, I don't know what you guys are talking about, but that's my take on the film part of it compared to a YouTube video, okay?
So
Well,
Ms.
just know, Miss Julie, a lot of the things that you created over the years have been shared now. That's what we're talking about. Anything that, you know, may have started with us or popularity with us, just even some of those techniques are being shared, and a lot of your techniques have trickled down and traveled around the world now.
So
Okay, we got to talk.
yes, Miss Julia, I'm gonna meet with you and we're gonna do a full deep dive on Instagram, YouTube, everything. And I'll show you the social media platforms. Pretty much these are platforms that are open to everyone and you can upload a video like instantly. And so people are learning different tips and tricks and techniques and using different mediums, as Carla stated, that may work for, you know, everyday life. But for the longevity and for the projects that you all are working on, based on what everyone is saying, sometimes these options are not really feasible. As Pierce mentioned, it does keep you on your toes to be mindful of, you know, what's growing and what's changing in the industry. But it's good to know that what you've built and the techniques that you have created and carried on, they're made to last. And so it's all about context, making sure that whatever techniques and tools are being used and shared are appropriate for the piece, for the work, for the longevity, for the set, for the allotted time you have. I think this would be a great opportunity to segue into the question for those who are coming straight out of cosmetology school, or we see a lot of people leaving their day jobs in the corporate world to come into the beauty and hair industry. What advice would you give them to prepare for what's ahead, especially if they're interested in coming into TV and film? You know, a lot of these people are used to 9 to 5, you know, going home at 5 o'clock, you know, relaxing all night and just starting again the next day. And, whatever resources they have at their job is being provided by their job. So for those who have no clue what a day looks like on set, I would love for you all to just share, I would say maybe 30 seconds of a little bit of advice or what they should prepare for.
I'll start off with saying a 12-hour day is a short day, and that's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, and also be prepared, whether and for anything. A lot of people come unprepared. They don't listen to the weather. They like, oh my God, I got the wrong shoes on, I got the wrong coat on, so you have to be prepared for everything. Rain, snow, sunshine, whatever. So, and bring your chair because it's long hours. Yeah.
Ms. Julia?
Oh, I'd say prepare to not to have a life, because that is your life. You know what I mean? I'm speaking from experience. You don't have a life. You have a life, and it's called hiatus. Okay. And other than that, you don't have a life. So you have to be willing to know that you're not gonna, there was times that I was married. There was times that I didn't see my husband. We slept in the same bed, okay? He would get up and go to work. I'd be coming in from work. He'd be gone and I'll be coming in. So, you got to understand you don't have a life. And if you can accept that, then you'll do well.
I'll agree with everyone here. I'll say this is your life. It's a lifestyle, not a career. If it's the thing that you love, it's gonna be your life regardless where you're at with it. A day on set it entails let's say some secretarial or like office type work or managerial type work. It's the technical skill as well. You're a hairstylist, budget of your department, so you're breaking down budgets and allocating money from here to there. You're also maintaining your actors, your crew, breaking them for lunch, also prepping for the day, prepping for the next week, prepping for the next scene, things like that. So it's not just doing hair all day long or doing hair for just a moment. You're busy all day long, and your creative and your managerial brain as well.
Thank you all so much for your feedback. We have another question that just came in. They're asking, what was your most memorable experience on set? And feel free to answer as you all would like.
I can say that
I'm gonna start.
Carla, you can continue. We can do Carla, Pierce, Miss Julia, and then Linda. So Carla, you can continue. Pierce, then you can go after her.
Linda and I were talking about this the other day, that the funnest times I've had is when I get to work with my friends, and it doesn't even seem like work, and we are all artists and we enjoy what we're doing. And then when we see the end product and people are saying, oh my God, that looked amazing, or you're nominated for awards, and you're like, really? Wow. Like, I got to work with my friends, we made money, we did what we love, and it's been recognized. That is, I think, the biggest gift, the biggest pleasure of this job.
Pierce, you're muted. We cannot hear you right now.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, Carla, I do agree. Working with our friends, we always have fun and, create positive learning experiences. I think also along with that is some of the moments are my most rewarding moments, and I've had several. One comes with Aladdin. I was chosen and blessed to carry the torch in one of Disney's most, and I say this with very humbly, most iconic characters and beloved characters played by previous actors, and I'm blanking on his mind, the guy who played the genie, Robin Williams. Right? And you playing Will Smith playing Muhammad Ali. I mean, one of the most written, documented men in history. Second, I think, to, and I may not even be second to Jesus, Muhammad Ali. So creating these moments, those are my most memorable when the pressure is on and you're chosen to do some things that maybe you don't even believe that you can do. Other people have lifted you up to hold this position because they see something in you that you have proven, but may not, understand it in the moment, and you become focused and you do, one of the things you'll hear in this communication here is preparation. So you're prepared, you do the work, and you create in the moment. A lot of the times we're here to create something that may not have been done before, but needs to happen right now. Because time is of the money, and time is of the essence, and money is king, and people are dependent on you right now. So when you get that responsibility, I'll liken it to being in the game, and the coach puts you in and you get the ball and there's 1 second left and you're down by 2 and you have the ball. What are you going to do? Are you going to score? Are you going to be Kobe Bryant? Are you going to be Michael Jordan? Are you whoever? Are you going to win? Those are the most memorable moments. Ali, Pursuit of Happiness, Aladdin, and maybe the time that I met my wife and we created a family. But other than that, yeah, those are my moments.
I'm sorry, I was just listening to Pierce. I was all into hearing, but you said what was the greatest moment you said in the industry?
Your most memorable moment working in the beauty industry.
Well, I have a lot of them, okay? But there's a lot of them, but I can say, also right on the coattail what Pierce said, and Carla, and Linda, when you say working with friends, I want to say these are the friends you build in the industry. These are people you meet, the Lindas, the Carlas, and the Pierce. You build these friendships and you become friends. And when you're working in a trailer, come on, the trailers are not that, except for Pierce's trailer, okay? But when you're working in the trailers, they're not that big. So you're working in tight quarters. And so therefore, you've got to have a relationship with the people you're working with. Because if it's not a relationship there, that's going to be that's going to be a hard show to work on, because you got personality clashes. There is just as much drama behind the camera as there is in front of the camera. So you got to build a relationship with the people you work with. And you also have to check the ego at the door when you come in, because you're all working for the common goal of making things work together. And it has to start with you. Okay, that's it for me.
Okay. Oops, where am I? Can you hear me? Because my
Yes, we can hear you.
oh, okay. It's just
how much do we have? How much time are we going to continue? I want to know, because this is just getting good.
Well, I was going to allow Linda to answer. I was going to ask one more question from the audience, and then we will.
Oh, sorry, Linda.
It's okay. My moments were, of course, working with friends. That's number one. I love working with Carla and some of the people and peers, some of the people that we normally work with or be around, and we've developed as family throughout the years of sharing experiences and just having fun on set after the work is done. But also what Julia said about just developing relationships with people that you work with, directors, producers, and things like that. Because what happens is, they look at you as a professional, respect your opinion. So what happens is you get to you have a voice. Hey, how about if we do this for this character? how about if this works for this character? I have a vision for this character. And you know what? They listen, because when you develop these relationships with them, they know you as a professional and you're good at what you do and you've done your research and what you're saying makes sense and they can vision that. It's always such a great thing for them to say, hey, not a bad idea. We're going to do that, or we'll try it. So that's good. I mean, for me, like a door open, I did a little animation just behind that, because I also working with comedians, I've done, suggested so many things that got into the movies, so it was a great feeling. So those kind of moments I'll always remember and cherish because they've opened other doors for my career, and also for other people's career. But it's just a great thing that, you have more than one door coming from a career that you've chosen. And it's not just about doing hair, but it's just a well-rounded field in whichever door you want to open. And you get to see, hey, I kind of like this, like for me, I like animation, so it's something new and I need to further look into, so yeah, so you have other stuff to kind of linger or put your direction to if you need be, like you would have never known, if you didn't try. Yeah.
Yeah, Camille, I wanted to add to what Linda said. When you are respected for your voice, you're in the rooms when they ask you about casting, or you might say, what about this person? And people value and they listen and you become part of the whole process sometimes. Like I know Linda has casted people or suggested people, I suggested people, and they listen and they trust, your voice, and you see the results later. And just in ways, a story or a character was gonna go, and then you talk to the director and you say, no, because of your experience in the culture or with this type of person, you have an influence, and they listen, and then you see it on screen. So those are exciting times and moments. Julia has something she wants to say too.
Okay, now I'm gonna throw the monkey wrench in it. All right, it works for some people, but it does not work for all people, because you got to also take in consideration who is the producer, who is the director, okay? Because I mean, you, Pierce, Linda, and Carla, y'all have had good working experience with your producers, your directors, and all of that. But speaking from my part, let me tell you, it has not been all that easy for me. Because when I'm trying to educate somebody about this and they have no clue, it is not that easy. So it's also that part of it, of the coin. So you have to understand, it's not always, the way we want it to be. I mean, because I come in with my knowledge of hair, not only of my hair, their hair, but it's this hair that I can't get through. Okay. And when I'm being told, I mean, this is not long enough. You want to hear my view, but I mean, I've even been told one time, it's not a documentary, Julia, but we're creating something here. Okay. So, it's that two sides of a coin. And I mean, he's right, because I mean, both of them right. Pierce is right, Carla's right, and Linda's right. There was opportunity where my opinion was appreciated. But it also depends on who's in charge and are they willing to listen.
Yeah, with Miss Julia coming before us and paving the way for us, she has bared the brunt of those conversations, those confrontations, just simply by being her as a person. So thank you, Julia, for even standing up for your own opinion, for your own self as well, and constantly standing up for us, our future voices. And that's what we will continue to do for you, for myself, and for the future as well. Thank you.
Well, God bless you, but I did not pave the way, okay? I came after those who paved the way before me. Because when I came,
You paved the way for us, though. You know.
Yeah, trickle down.
So,
There's a
yeah,
trickle down.
yeah, it's
Come on
trickled
now.
down.
Receive
Okay.
these
Yes.
roses.
And
Okay.
if it wasn't for you and some other people that we know, I mean, you know, we're here to let you know that, you know, we hear you,
Wow.
and we, you know, we're making it happen. We're not gonna let you down.
Well, you know what, guys, I love you all, and I thank you for that, because the accolades that you guys are bestowing on me, I'm really finding it hard to, you know, I'm not good at expressing myself. You guys are all speaking very elegantly, so, you know, you have to forgive me if I.
Miss Julia, I just want to interject and let you know that everything you're doing and being your authentic self is what we appreciate and what we need. Nothing about what you're saying is wrong. Nothing about what you're saying is incorrect. And I think as women, and especially Black women in any type of culture where we have opportunities to lead, we're going to be met with a lot of pushback. We have so much personality. We have a lot of versatility. We are among one of the highest educated groups in America. So it is what it is, Miss Julia. Look at the knowledge behind you, okay? Look at the experience.
Thank you, baby girl.
So don't get it twisted.
But you know what?
Okay.
Yeah, me, because when I got into this industry, there's one thing that I asked God to do. And I thank God that he kept me at that. I said, God, please keep me humble. First of all, I know where I came from, and I know it's very easy to go back. So I always try to keep that humbleness about me. You know, so if I seem, that's what I am. I'm just being humble.
Miss
And,
Julia,
you
we
know.
love you. We love you. And I genuinely, I'm trying not to fangirl this whole time, because all of you on this call have influenced how I see myself and how I teach my nieces and nephews to show up for themselves in the world. So without your work, we wouldn't even know how to see ourselves. So I thank all of you for advocating so much for us. And speaking about, you know, community and research and just knowing the culture, I thought it would be a great idea for us to do a little archival trivia. So Carla Farmer Jackson has been so gracious, has been so thoughtful and so generous in the fact that she is going to donate her entire honorarium for being an artist in residence. And we're going to kick off a fundraiser at the end of this month for her. So in her honor and kicking off this fundraiser to fund a young person to go through cosmetology school, not only to go through cosmetology school, but for her to mentor them for a long-term period of time, I thought it would be beautiful for us to have a little fun, do a little archival trivia. Now, whoever out of this group of panelists here today gets the answers right, the most answers right, BBA will donate $100 on your behalf to Carla's fundraiser to help grow the efforts. So put
All right, let me take myself off mute right now so I can be quick, like Family Feud, quick.
Yes,
hit that button.
into your Family Feud zone. All right. All of the images that are pulled here, majority of them are pulled from our archive. One is not, but we do have materials related to her. So for everyone, the panelists, are you ready? Sure. All right, I'm going to give Linda a moment. Okay. Don't be sorry. I want to make sure you have a fair chance of getting the answers right.
And I'm
I got my
not going
glasses
to
on.
answer. I'm not going to answer.
Okay.
I'm looking down through my bifocals so I can see correct.
Gotcha.
God bless you.
So this is one of our pieces from our collection. This is an advertisement. There you go, being beautiful again. What year was this advertisement produced? Is it A, 1961, B, 1968, C, 1959, or D, 1960? Panelists?
I'm gonna say 61. Ding, 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 ding. 61.
I say 68.
What do you say, Linda?
Question. I didn't hear the question. I'm sorry.
What year was this advertisement produced with the visual that we have?
Can you hear me? I didn't hear the question.
The question is, what year was this
Oh, you went in and
advertisement
out.
produced? I think you may be in a.
You went in and out, but I'm gonna say, yeah, I'm in a bad spot. But
Mute
okay,
yourself.
I'll take a guess.
Yeah, mute.
61.
All right, y'all. The winner is Miss Julia. She knows her stuff. All right, now. This is a 19 ad.
But don't forget, I lived it, so I'm ahead of you.
Camille, are you showing the advertisement?
Yes, if you're joining from a cell phone, you may not be able to see it because
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
I don't see it.
Zoom, but it's fully recorded and I'll make sure it's accessible for you again. Carla, what I can do is actually text it to you if you all want to see what's next. For those of you on the phone, would you be able to send them to Pierce?
Yeah, I'm not
Linda?
seeing any images. I'm only hearing your voice.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's most likely because of being joined on the phone. But for this next one, I'm gonna send Carla a text. And Carla, can you send them the image in a group chat to see what they'll guess? Is that possible? Okay. So our next question is, in 1972, Afro Sheen advertised this popular phrase, a blank from Afro Sheen, fill in the blank. I'm just gonna send this image to Carla so that she can share. Is it A, a natural blowout from Afro Sheen, B, a natural afro from blowout from Afro Sheen, C, a natural explosion from Afro Sheen, or is it D, a natural experience from Afro Sheen?
Ding, 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 experience. I don't see the image, but we used to watch these Afro Sheen commercials every Saturday or Sunday on Soul Train.
Okay,
Hey.
I'm
I
guessing.
just sent the picture to Carla. I'm gonna give her a moment to share with Linda and Pierce.
Thank you.
What do you think, Miss Julia?
I say A.
I say A too.
Okay, I'm gonna wait. Let me see if Linda and Pierce receive the image. And then you all let me know what you think.
Yeah, I didn't get the image, but I'm gonna say A.
Okay,
No image.
I
yet,
say
but we can
A.
keep
I
it
stick
pushing.
to A.
all right. So I love y'all, but I'm sorry. The answer is a natural explosion from
Oh,
Africa.
I knew you was gonna say
Okay.
experience.
Afro Sheen. Okay.
I know y'all are mad
Wow.
because you're on Soul Train, but it has been some time. And over the years, Afro Sheen has changed their terminology. So you were in the right vein, just not for this particular image.
Right.
Mhm.
I'm gonna share the next image with you all. And you may know this just from knowledge. Who was the first Black trans model to be published in a beauty ad? Is it A, Felicia Jones, B, Angelica Ross, C, Jessica, or D, Tracy Norman? And the ad that's portrayed is a Clairol ad. I just sent
I'm
it.
embarrassed to say she might be so fine that I didn't know that
Tracy Allen.
she was transgender.
Okay,
I
Carla,
don't know. I don't know.
you wasn't participating. You want to holler out the answer. It's okay. I got
I
your
don't
answer.
know that one either.
Okay, Miss Julie, do you have an answer, Linda? Is it Felicia?
Tracy.
You see, you see how you gotta be smart right now. You gotta pay attention to the context
Alright.
clues.
So unfortunately, we don't have this specific advertisement in the archive, but we do have a great amount of Tracy's work in the archive afterwards in recent years. So we're super grateful for that. And Carla, I'm gonna send you this last image to share. Oh no, it's not last. We have two more.
Yeah, these images coming a day late and a dollar short.
All
I
right
can't see them.
now. Well,
I can't see.
I'm gonna give y'all some time. Miss Carla, can you confirm that you sent the last image to Pierce and Linda so they have a fair chance? Because I'm not coming in a dollar short.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean it like that.
That's okay. I'm gonna wait till you all get the text from Carla so you can see the image.
While we're waiting, Carla had told me pre
Send,
interview that
it's sent
she
to
wanted
the
that I
group
could
text.
see wig work. Go ahead. The amount of wig work that I do. Oh yeah, I got that. She looked like Nicki Minaj a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Anywho,
Okay, so is this cosmetic?
we can continue.
Is the cosmetic, I apologize, not a cosmetic tool, cosmetic brand being advertised? Is it A, Dark and Lovely Perm, B, Motions Conditioner, C, Fashion Fair Cosmetics, or D, Pantene Hair Spray?
Ding, 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 I'm gonna say just for me.
Miss Julia, what do you think is being advertised here?
I think it's A.
Me too. Dark and Lovely Perm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, the answer is Fashion Fair Cosmetics, y'all. I know this is a hair
Oh, shit, I
panel.
almost said fashion.
I had to go.
I was looking at hair.
I know.
Me
I know.
too.
I had to throw y'all off. I apologize.
Mute
Yes.
is loud.
I'm
Okay,
sorry, I'm unmuted. Sorry, it's me.
I am about to send Miss Carla the bonus question to break the tie. Right now, we have a tie 1-1 with Miss Julia and Miss Linda. So whomever gets this right, you are the winner. Vegan dinner, because I don't eat meat.
Oh, wow.
I just sent the image. Let's give everybody a moment for Miss Carla to send it. And in the future, I will make sure that you will have these images beforehand so that if you're not on the desktop, we can still do the trivias.
Okay, I
Miss
can only see
Julia.
half of what it says. What does it say?
It says, bonus, which material are these wigs? Are these wigs portrayed human hair blend? Are they a Kankalon synthetic stretch, or are they acrylic wigs? So we're gonna give Pierce and Linda an opportunity to look at the image to guess what they think it is.
I'm gonna tap out because we was broke. We didn't have magazines like this back in the day when I was a child. I'm gonna tap out.
You are a
Oh,
hair
no.
professional and you make wigs. Can you just please give us a guess? Please, we need all of you.
That is a synthetic blend of Chinese polythermal, of a mix of polythermum, niacin, and plutonium.
Shut up. B.
That's my
I say B.
professional.
Okay, Miss Linda says B. You
B.
said synthetic blend, Pierce, so you're going for B. What do you think, Miss
Yeah.
Julie?
I think it's B as well. Because, well, you're a mixture with me because we had human hair and we had synthetic, but I would say B.
All right, y'all ready? Because this is the last round. This is the tiebreaker. Y'all did that. Y'all were able to identify it was a Kankalon synthetic stretch. Yes. Now, since Miss Julia and Miss Linda both were tied, BBA will donate $100 for both of you on your behalf. And we're
Yay.
grateful that you all were able to do our trivia today. So right now it's 3:07. I just want to give you all just an opportunity to share whatever else may be on your heart. But for now, the time was allotted for an hour, but we have to have these conversations again because
An hour is not enough.
it's not enough.
Yeah,
time.
no.
It's not
But
enough.
real quick, I it's a thing that I have. It's a theory or a mantra that I like to work under. We are servants. We are in the service industry, and one must always remember that and stay humble from that point of view. I am here to serve the craft, the culture, and the people. And then so the end result has to be something that is created to elevate the experience, which Miss Julia spoke on earlier. You want to watch the movie and you don't want to watch the hair. It's a feeling that I want to create that the feeling is that you see it, but it doesn't, it either makes you say, wow, that's amazing, and you're able to get back to the movie, or you see it and it just feels natural to you. It doesn't take you left or right. It doesn't, it's what I like to call unobtrusive excellence. That is where I like to work from. Ms. Carla wanted me to speak on the point that Will wears he has a full head of hair, but for his character work, sometimes, not every character, and not on Pursuit of Happiness, but many times I create a lace, just a lace piece around the front hairline, or I may lace some natural hair, and hopefully I've been in service of the craft to put it on and create it and execute it in a way that you don't know that he's worn some pieces, or I've altered his natural hairline ever in any one of his movies, and it's been several. So Carla just wanted me to speak on that very quickly, and that's all. If I can help the people, the audience, have a great experience, if I can help the actor transform into what they need to be and how they need to feel. And then on top of that, if I can feel good watching the movie later, years later, and not one of my peers has anything to say except you did that. That's where I like to work. All those things, that's what I work for. Anyway, that's me.
I just want to say real quick, I had no idea that he was ever wearing wigs ever. So you absolutely did what needed to be done, because I
Thank you.
never would have
Thank you.
believed it or known that.
Yeah.
And thank you again for creating looks and presenting the people that we love to see in so much authenticity for so many years. I want everyone to know here that BBA is about inclusivity and bringing these artists' histories to the forefront. So even though our talk today was short, trust and believe you will hear from me again, forever and ever, amen, after this, so that we can continue to archive your personal contributions and work to the Black beauty culture. It's important and it's needed. So thank you so much, Pierce.
Yeah, thank you for having me as well. And I just want to stress how important it is to, all the newcomers or people in school, or even the people that are already working on sets and different projects and everything. I just want to stress how important it is to actually do your research, not just take your styling or your career lightly, to really put in 110% into it, to really hire, if you're lacking in a certain area, you hire people that are actually great in that area, so that the job at the end of the day, the project looks beautiful and it's great. It's not about ego, competition. It's about getting a job done, and it takes a village. You can be well-rounded in just about every area. And and sometimes you can be great in every area, but the ones that you aren't in, then you just make sure you get people that are great in that area. I'm hoping you're hearing this, because it's a little loud in here. But it's just important to, like Julia said, leave your ego at the door, do your research, and just have fun. Do your job and just have fun. And just know that it's not just about making somebody look beautiful. It's about creating a character. It's about making things last, the curls last, your job, your career, longevity. So keeping all that in mind with a positive attitude. And I think that with those thoughts, that your career will just go a long way. Yeah.
Linda, thank you so much for your contributions. And I really respect and appreciate how much you stress the importance of research. And this is what I try to let everyone know who are archivists and librarians, that in your hearts, you all are historians, you're researchers, and you don't take your craft lightly. So thank you so much for sharing. Thank you so much for inspiring us. And we're going to continue to champion all of you for the phenomenal work that you do.
Thank you.
Miss Julia, I just want to say that I really appreciate you being here with us today. And that library you got back there, I'm going to need to find out those call numbers. I'm going to need to find out who those books are and who those authors are, because there's no way that you have that much knowledge and haven't built on, as you mentioned before, our ancestors before us. So I'm so grateful that you even show the legacy and the history behind you. So we would love to hear just some closing remarks from you.
Okay, well, great, but that's not all of the books I have. I still have some in storage. I downsized my house, so that wall goes from here to here, but there's still more. I would like to say, as far as what I'd like to say is, first of all, you're only as good as the people you hire. Going along with what Pierce, Linda, and Carla says, if you think that you all of that and you hire people who you feel like is not as good as you are, then they'll show. You got to hire someone who is as equally as good as you or even better. I've done it. And it only made me look good. That's what I mean by check your ego at the door. Because they brought to the table and we both took from each other and we both learned. Also, as far as research, I am an old movie buff. If you really want to know the history of film, get yourself some black and white movies and start watching them. I mean, black and white people like, no, let me tell you something. Some of the best movies are black and white, okay? And go look at some of those old movies And so, I mean, to me, from I'd say the 30s forward, because I'm a Betty Davis fan, okay? Anybody who would let somebody put caterpillar eyebrows on them in that one movie, Now Voyager, now that is an actress. But her hair was, I mean, oh my God. Do the research. Look at the old movies for, get ideas of how, because I'm a visual person. So I would say do your research also in film. If you're going to go in the film, know what you're going into. So I would say expand your research besides books, look at the film. Black films, all kinds of films from other countries. I do it all. I mean, I watch films that I don't even know what they're saying. I mean, the subtitles are cute, but I'm looking at the hair. So I'm gonna say, just research your hair. I mean, do your research beyond your boundaries. Thank you.
Thanks, Julia.
Oh, and thank you for having me. I'll do better next time on the stuttering.
You're doing great. You know what just came to me talking about hair? I want y'all all to give me one small anecdote of what you think. What does Black hair mean to you?
Well, Black hair means to me beauty. Black hair to me means that I mean, Lord, don't get me started, but Black hair it's beauty. And not only is Black hair like this, my mother, Black hair is everything. I mean, Black hair is not just this. Black hair can be straight, Black hair can be wavy. Black hair can be anything. Just because you're Black don't mean we all look like this. Okay, that's all I got to say.
Thank you.
I'm going to say Black hair is to be revered and respected, and the people who create it, because we do things that others don't have and do other things. We do the other things that we can do as well. So don't look at Black hair as just Black hair. Revere it, respect it, and know that it's something special to appreciate.
Thank you, Pierce. You said it better.
Love you, Miss Julia.
Carla, do you have anything to say?
I wanted to say that I am who I am because of the people who I surround myself with. And as you can see, I surround myself with excellence. And these are the people I am around and I've learned from throughout the years and continue to learn from. And it has been such an honor and a pleasure to see my friends here today. And I'm getting emotional. I just thank you guys. Just thank you for being here.
If I was next to you, I'd put my hand on you, girl.
And
Carla.
Black hair to me,
Yes.
Black hair for me is simple, but it's complicated. So
Yes.
it's simply complicated. And don't take it lightly. It's something that a lot of producers and directors don't understand, but they're willing, for the first time, I think, in history, they're willing to try to understand and meet our needs and meet the needs of the people. And it's an exciting time.
Yeah.
It's an exciting time in Hollywood. And wonderful work that she has done, she is truly my mentor. And I'm so glad she's been celebrated. And the things that she's done with Whoopi Goldberg, that you can even,
Mute that, Carla.
the genius that she did with this woman, and her to allow this woman to carry her locks and also be able to wear European style hair, and she didn't have to compromise who she was because she had someone like this woman in her corner. And I just love and revere this woman. I just thank you so much, everyone, for being here. Thank you so much. And I'm sorry, I'm so sorry.
No, don't be sorry. We love everything you said, and we all love Julia. We love you, Carla. We love Piers. We love you, Camille. We just met, but thank you so much for really having me, having all of us on here. And Carla, thank you so much. We love you so much. And we love you, Julia. Without you, you know, I don't know, it's probably taking us, it's a long road, but you helped us.
You know, guys, you guys are giving me too much credit. Carla, I'm trying to, you know, Carla, you went there and I've been trying not to go there since this thing started, you know. But you know what, I must say, it was also the person who I was working with, okay? So you know what, I did my best. That's all I can say. And as Hattie McDaniel would say, God did the rest. And I tell you this, any door that God opens, no man can shut. Okay. And so I'll leave you with that. But you know what, Carla, God bless you, sweetheart. You had to go there, girl. I'm trying to hold it together. And you tried, oh Lord, have mercy, Jesus. Thank you, guys. Thank you. And, oh, God, thank you. You know, I feel like you give me too much credit, but thank you.
To this day, Miss Julia, we just spoke last week and you helped me on my next project. I mean, to this moment, you're there for us. And not just us four, but us all.
But let me tell you, anything, you know what? No one can take away from me what I give freely. Okay. So I am there to help anyone who wants to. I mean, I still get calls, like, you know, as you said, Piers, from people asking me questions, you know. And when I go, this knowledge goes with me. So therefore, I would rather give it away to whoever wants it, you know, because I'm retired. I mean, I'm done. These hands are gone. The Marcel irons don't work in them anymore. And that's the only thing I hate about getting older, is that you lose your ability sometime to hold what you found. The most precious tool you have is for me, it was my Marcel irons. I traveled with airport with my curling irons in my purse because I was so attached to them, okay? I did not want my curling irons to come up missing, okay? So I travel with my curling irons in my purse, and I still have my curling irons. And maybe I can donate them to the Smithsonian. I'm just talking, okay?
Miss Julia, you can donate them to Black Beauty Archives. We collect vintage magazines, we collect cosmetics, we collect oral histories, and that's why it's so important. It's so important for us to facilitate these kind of conversations, because people don't know Julia Walker, people don't know Linda, people don't know Piers. So to see your face, to hear your voice, there's something really powerful about oral history. And I think that's so strong in our culture and Black culture. Oral history, passing down this knowledge through our voice, through our hands, through touch, through the physical aspects. BBA, Black Beauty Archives, we pride ourselves in documenting this type of practice, because if we don't document our stories and if we don't have these intimate experiences, people will say it never happened. People might say that that was their technique. People might say that Miss or Mr. whomever they are did not exist. And we're here to set the record straight that you do exist in your fullness. We are grateful for all of your contributions, and we will continue to do work to document you as long as we continue to thrive. And so I want you all to know that Black Beauty Archives will continue to be a resource for you. Black Beauty Archives will continue to be a safe space for you. Black Beauty Archives will continue to honor you and your work while you're here, and even when you transition to the other side, because there's no other institution that is really taking the time out to document who you are and why you're important. And so I want you to know this is the first of many conversations that we'll continue to have. And I thank God for Carla for being so open to receiving me, to receiving Black Beauty Archives, to allowing us to grow now with Piers and Julia and Linda. And we're just grateful to continue to grow and to shine a light on you and the phenomenal things that you all have done. So I'm so grateful. We friends now, we family now. That's what it is. Y'all are in the BPA family.
Yes.
So
I've only got my daughter,
Auntie
Carla, my little sister, Linda, and my son, Piers, and now I have a niece. So I'm happy.
Just one more thing about Miss Julia, and we can continue this on the next conversation we all have, right? But she's so strong that she has never not encouraged me to do or to be or to do or to be. There's a moment when I started a company and I went to Miss Julia and I told her what I was going to do. And she said, some people say, don't do that. Why are you going to do that? Blah, blah, blah. No, she never said that. She says, okay, well, this is how it should be done. So she's always there to be positive and encouraging and supporting. She's never shut me down. And I don't know anybody. I mean, she's never shut me down about any idea I've had. So she's just a powerful person. So the next conversation, Miss Julie, we're going to talk about how you encourage me to do the makeup trailers. And we're going to end it there.
Well, I love you, Pierce.
I want to thank you all for your authenticity, for everything you continue to do for our culture, and just for continuing to inspire each other and just being your beautiful selves, even with or without a hair tool in your hand. You all have really beautiful souls, and I'm really grateful that we were able to facilitate this platform for people. So great thing is we've recorded it. It will be accessible on Instagram, on YouTube. Miss Julia, you and I are going to connect. We're going to have a whole breakdown of all the socials. And I will make sure this is also posted on the Black Beauty Archives website this evening. So I want to thank you all so much for joining us. Thank you all for engaging and asking really great questions. And again, thank you all panelists. It means so much from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Camille. Thank you so much,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Thank you,
Thank
Camille.
you.
Thank you, Carla, Miss Julia. Thank you all the guests, Miss Linda. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And like we like to say at Black Beauty Archives, Black history is every day.
Yes. Mm.